why did you have to kill her? There was no point. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Joe. It's been a while. It's been almost a month, and honestly, I've been wanting to record, especially with all these wonderful new shows, or new shows coming out, new seasons coming out. I've honestly been wanting to record because I have been watching stuff. It's just I've been going through a lot in my personal life, and my heart wasn't really into recording, but I'm here, back, I'm in this, and I'm ready. But before I get into this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment down below. Once again, my name is Joe. Meet the new co-host of the channel. His name is Kane. That's our new co-host. He's a little personality-wise, he's crazy. Ass-wise, he stinks. He likes to poop, not in the area, in the litter box, and it's really strong. So today I would like to talk about Squid Games. This show has literally been all over the internet. It's a really popular show. Apparently it's one of Netflix's best shows, which I have to say I disagree on. But oh, he just took a poop. Yeah, I disagree on. I don't think it's the best Netflix show, but it's definitely up there. It's pretty good. So if you have not seen Squid Game yet, there will be spoilers in here, so be advised. Oh, and I gotta say, disclaimer. In this video, I will not be saying the characters' names because I do not want to mess them up. Only character name I know is Sangwoo. That's the one I know how to pronounce perfectly. But I will be saying their player numbers. So, but I'll pop a picture up of them so you know what player I'm talking about. But if you haven't seen it, I'm gonna give you a little recap. It's kind of about a whole group of people. Well, it starts you off with the main character, and the main character is basically in debt. And he joins this game voluntarily. He joins his game voluntarily, except he doesn't really know what he's getting into at first, and then he ends up leaving the game and then going back to the game. But in the game, there's a whole bunch of group of people who are all in debt, and they play a lot of childhood games, but there's a plot twist to the childhood games, and the goal is to make it to the end. And each person that dies, there's money accumulated to that person. So you want to make it to the end with the least amount of people as possible. So let's get into the main character. So the main character, from the jump, you kind of don't like him. He's basically letting his mom do all the work, and he's not really working or basically doing anything with his life. And we see him take the mom's credit card and take out money.
야야야야야야야, 야, 한 번 더 틀리면 거래 정지야. 생각 잘해, 뭐 다른 거 없어?
카드 원하시는 금액을
뭐했어? 오늘 우리 딸 생일. 아, 요즘 노인네가 나보다 손녀를 더 끔찍히 챙긴다니까. 아, 참.
And gamble it away, and then gain money and lose the money. We see him promising his daughter all these type of things and not really following through, and we get bad son and bad father vibes from him. So already from the jump, we're not really feeling the main character. Let me just say, I just don't understand him. Like, I feel like he could have got a job and he could have helped his mom out. Like, I don't think they needed. So the doctors, at one point, the doctors said that the mom was like dying. Like, which they didn't say she was dying. They said she was in bad condition because she had sore feet and she was working every day and she wasn't supposed to be working every day. But that goes later on past the first episode. But my thing is, though, like, even on the first episode, you could see that the mom isn't, like, fully there. Like, she should not be working this hard. And what are you doing? You look like a little kid. You look like a kid. How you letting your mom do all this work and you ain't doing nothing? So, yeah, from the jump, you don't really like player 456. But basically, let's talk about the first game. Red light, green light. This game, out of all the games that they played, has become the most popular meme out there today. And it's a very common childhood game, so you know about it. So they started off red light, green light, just regular, they're like, okay, we're here to win some money. They just showed us this big globe. Let's get to this money. I don't think they was expecting them to, just shoot everybody off the bat, but yeah, it was a great way of bringing people into the show and getting them like, oh, okay, this about to be a good show, because what the heck's going on? I really liked the first game. I think honestly, out of all the games, it wasn't the best game, but it was the best episode. I think episode 1, if you hear creaking, guys, I'm just sitting on a very loud chair.
Oh, you nasty.
The first game is not the best one, because I think the marble game was pretty good. I think Tug of War was pretty good too. So it's not the best game they did, but it definitely had an impact. It had an impact. So the people that captivate you on the first episode are definitely the main character, because that's who they start off showing. The old man. Okay, so let me just say this. From the jump, even from the first game, when the old man was just, running through, smiling, having the time of his life, that should have been our clue. That should have been our clue. This man was crazy. That should have been our clue that he was up to something, because why was he so happy playing this game? Why was he so happy seeing people get shot? Like, I get it. His whole story was that he had a dementia kind of, and he had a brain tumor. Not dementia, brain tumor. His whole story was that, which I still don't know if it was true or not. But it was just kind of like, why are you so happy playing this game? Player number 67 and player number 1-on-1. Player number 67 and player number 1-on-1. You definitely can see that they're about to be kind of the main roles. Also, player number 218 and player number 199. With that grip he had on player 456, you just knew he was about to be significant. I think they did a pretty good job at showing it. You can kind of see, okay, these are about to be the main characters. Episode 1 had to be the best. It had to be the best episode. I just really enjoyed episode 1. I think it really did a good job at captivating the audience, the viewers, and bringing them into the show. Now, episode 2, I don't know. I didn't really. Episode 2 was more like okay, they left the game on episode 1 once they realized that, people was just getting shot up. And they come back on episode 2 at the end of episode 2. So episode 2 was kind of just like us getting their background and us seeing how they end up back into the game. So it was kind of, I'm not gonna lie, episode 2 was boring. But every other episode after that was honestly really, really good. Another way the show did a really good job at really captivating the audience. This is when they all come back. And now they're all back and they're playing. So right now I'm talking about when they're all back. And on the second night, they just start the all kill out war. And I think that's where alliances kind of started to form. And this happened before the Tug of War game. But that had to be really good, because that's where alliances started to form. They basically said, y'all can kill each other off, lower y'all numbers. And I found that's psychological right there. They knew what they were doing. They said, if we don't say anything about this person killing this person, they're gonna know that killing is on. Moving on to the next good game that they played. I didn't like the one where they had to lick the little the sugar thing, or like try to break through the shape. I think that episode was kind of boring, but I did like the one where they had the tug of war and basically the other team falls down to their death if they lose. And that's also where we kind of get to see, like, okay, strategy in this show is also just as important as physical strength, because the old man came up with a strategy of leaning back, putting with your 2 feet, with the 2 feet on the ground, and kind of stay in y'all stance until the other team tired itself out. See, that should have been our hint that the old man was in on something, because how does he know how to defeat these games? How does he know? I thought the Tug of War episode was really good too. I think it did good. It kind of had you at the edge of your seat, and you're kind of just like, oh, are they gonna fall? Will they make it? But in the back of your head, they're not gonna fall because they're main characters. So you're kind of just like, okay, they're gonna make it. They're gonna make it. They're gonna be fine. So the Tug of War episode was really good. I really enjoyed it. Honestly, I've never played tug of war like that, and I'm pretty weak, so you know. If I would have had that tug of war strategy when I was little, I would have been a beast at tug of war. I would have been like, oh, let's do this. Like, try and get me out. But so, the next game I want to talk about that was really good and really had a big climatic change in the show was the marble game. So, by then, we got the characters I mentioned from episode 1 that you just know they're about to be main characters. We also have the player 212 that we now know is going to be a very annoying side character. And player 240. I think my least favorite character or player from this show had to be player number 212. I hated her. Like, she was so beyond annoying. I wanted her to die at every game she played.
Police! Police! Help! Police! Help! Police! Help!
But I gotta say, before I get into the marble game, I gotta say the way she just we gotta wait. Hold on. We'll get back to it. I gotta say the way she died was awesome. But we're gonna get to it. But the marble game was honestly the shift right there. It was the shift in the entire show. They killed off one of the main characters. No, they killed off multiple main characters. They killed off Ali. Let's talk about Ali and Sang-woo. Ali and Sang-woo, from the beginning, I didn't really like Sang-woo. He was just getting shady vibes. Like, he knew some of the games and he knew how to win, and he didn't really say anything to the main character. And the main character was just trying to be friendly to him this entire time. And I really started to not like him when him and Ali played the marble game. You guys, when he pulled, but my thing is, so we're all mad at Sang-woo, but at the same time, the way I seen it, I think Ali was way too trustworthy. I think he was way too trustworthy. He should have known, like, at the end of the day, this is a game. Like, you can't just be leaving your marbles, literally, you can't leave all your marbles with someone and not expect them to backstab you. This is what the creators of this game basically want you guys to do. So I'm kind of half and half. Like, I feel, yeah, definitely Sang-woo is an asshole and just a scumbag in every single way. But also, Ali should have known better. He was way too trustworthy, and that's what ultimately led to his death. But he did become a fan favorite, or at least my favorite. He was, especially with the first episode when he just gripped the main character up from falling. And you can honestly see that he's a good guy, but I think he definitely deserved better, but he also should have known better. So he kind of asked for it. I know. He kind of asked for it. What do you want me to say? He definitely asked for it, guys. So the marble game took out Ali. It also took out the old man, or so we thought. But from what we seen, it took out the old man. But you know, we ended up hating the old man in the end because he didn't even die. Like, he was the creator of the game. But we're not gonna go into that yet. But yeah, with the marble game took out the old man. It also took out one of the next sad berry endings. It took out player number 240. I've grown, at this point, we've all grown to like player number 67. Like, she's a complete badass. And I love and hate the way they took out player number 240, but I saw it coming. It's another thing I saw coming. It's kind of, you can see a lot of things coming in this show. Like, it took the route of what other shows would do, but it did make it different. But the way player number 240 went out was very, very sad. She basically said, I'm gonna, like, you have more to live for than I do. Like, you have a family you want to save, to where I don't have anybody. And honestly, that's a true friend right there, guys. Because I don't know if I could be able to do that, because I'm not finna sit, girl. So the marble game also ended up taking player 240, which honestly had to be on top with the old man and Ali. She was up there when it came to sad death. But the marble game, I think, is also up there with red light, green light, just because red light, green light and tug of war, just because it took out so many people. Moving on to the glass game, basically a little thing of hopscotch, but you die if you step on the wrong gas. If you step on the wrong glass. that game also was up there just because it also took out two of the side characters that were kind of villains, and kind of the bad guys of the show. And that's player number 101 and player number 212. And this is what I was talking about earlier, guys. Player number 212, even though I was hoping for her to die this entire time, she went out in such a legendary way. She went out so good. She basically got her revenge on player number 101. And I didn't feel bad because he deserved it. He basically, you know, got his sex out of her and then tossed her to the side. Even though she was annoying as hell, I feel like as a woman, you know, you deserve better. But she grabbed onto him and she leaned back, and that was it. I think that was the best part of that game. That was the best part of the game. But we also got to see, well, we've been seeing it, but they got to see Sang-woo's true colors in the glass game. The glass hopscotch game. Hopscotch? Whatever. But of course, after the glass game, and after seeing Sang-woo's true colors, we really got to see it when he killed off player number 67, which honestly made me so mad. But again, it's something you kind of see coming. The main character steps off to the side after he sees, okay, so at the end of the glass game, before I continue, at the end of the glass game, they basically they make it to the end. Player number 456, player number 67, and Sang-woo, they basically celebrate by exploding all the shards of glass. And one of the glass gets stuck on player number 67's side. So, fast forward. You can see she's kind of bad off. They give them this dinner and they leave a knife on purpose for the players to grab. By then, the main character have seen, okay, Sang-woo's a little shady. I don't really like him. They come back to the room, and that's when he notices that player number 67 is not okay. So, and this is again where you can kind of see it coming. He sees that she kind of passed out a little bit, and he tries, and he's banging on the door, and he's banging on the door, and he's going, hey, she's not okay, please help her. And I just knew it was gonna happen because it's kind of predictable. As soon as he stepped away, I was like, okay, you took your back from her, he's gonna kill her. It's something you just see coming, but it's honestly very sad because in my head, I'm just like, she was gonna die. She was gonna die. So what was the point in slicing her throat? Because she was going to die. Like, why did you have to kill her? There was no point. You couldn't have waited 5 minutes. It's not like they was gonna help her. It's not like they were gonna help her, but they make it, Sang-woo and player 456 makes it to Squid Game, and it's a fight. It's a fight. Player 456 outbesses Sang-woo, and he basically says, "Let's forfeit. Let's go home. I don't want to do this anymore." Now this is where I kind of side with Sang-woo, because I wouldn't want to leave after we made it through all these people dying for the purpose of getting this money. He basically said, if you're making their deaths pointless, which I can kind of agree with, because it's kind of like, okay, you are making their death pointless. Like they died for this money, and you have a chance to get the money that they died for. So Sang-woo goes ahead and offs himself, and that concludes the Squid Games. And I gotta say, it was good. I didn't expect him to kill himself. I think that was the only real death that kind of caught me off guard. So game wise, I think this show did really good. It put such a twist to the games that I didn't see coming, and it made, honestly, I don't think I would have been able to play any of those games and win, because I'm not fast and I'm not smart. So it's kind of like I probably would have lost. But fast forward, he ends up winning, but he doesn't do anything with the money, which makes me upset, because a whole year passes by and he's doing nothing with this money. He's not even helping the player number 67's brother like he promised her when she was dying. And I don't think he ever helped the mom. He gets this card to meet somebody at this tower, and he goes to the tower, and we see none other but the old man. And even I'm pissed off, but this is again something that you kind of see coming. If you're paying attention through the show, you kind of see it coming. So again, the show kind of had a lot of predictable things, but it still did a good job at still did a good job. It still did a good job at like doing what they had to do. So we see the old man, and he's not dead. The old man kind of tells him why he did it. We don't feel bad for the old man for dying the second time. But at the same time, I think the main character gets some type of closure, or the closure that he needed. And he goes on to help the player number 67's brother. And then this is where it gets a lot of people, including myself. He has a chance to go home to his daughter. I mean, he has a chance to go to his daughter, who was flew out to United States with her mom and her stepdad. He hasn't been a good father from what we've seen. He hasn't even been a good son. He wasn't there when his mom died. And the way he found his mom is after he won the games, he came back home and she had been dead for a while on the floor. So you weren't a good father, you weren't a good son. This is your chance. Try at least, go to your daughter. Go be a good father. Go try and be a good father. But no, it basically hints at a season 2, and he turns around. He calls Squid Games and he reapplies to be in it. Disappointing every viewer that's been watching this show. I do gotta say though, Squid Games, I give it a 9. I give it a 10 out of 10. It's a really good show. I really enjoyed it. I definitely recommend it. It's a really good show. And yeah, do I agree with how it ended? No, I really wish he would have got on that plane and just left. But at least it's hinting at a season 2, guys. But a lot of people have conspiracy theories. So I've seen a post where it said that what if when he was throwing down the little tiles and getting smacked by the guy, what if he would have chose the different color tile? Would the main character, player number 456, have been one of the guys in the pink suits? Honestly, I don't know. Because then if that's all it takes to become a guy in the pink suit, why are the guys in the pink suits so okay with just, shooting people? If that was the case, I don't think he would have been okay with just shooting people outright. So I don't know. I don't think so. I don't think that would have done anything. Another conspiracy theory that I saw was one where the old man was actually Sang-woo's dad. I mean, not Sang-woo's dad. Was actually player number 456's dad. Which, I thought about it at one point of the show also. I don't know. There is a possibility. Like, what if he was the old man's son? But I feel like the old man would have said if he was the son. So, I don't know. Maybe the old man meant for him to take over this. I don't know, guys. But thank you guys for watching my video. Thank you guys for tuning in. Squid Games is definitely, I give the show a 10 out of 10. It's really good. Season 1, it's really good. It does kind of, it's kind of predictable, but it's honestly really, really good. But thank you guys for tuning into my channel and watching my video. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment down below. And if no one has told you today, you're beautiful, you're lovely, you're never alone. Never alone. You're never alone. You can get through whatever you're going through. Don't ever give up. Because one day, it will all pay off. All this hurt you're feeling will pay off. Everything you're feeling will pay off. I love you, if you haven't heard that today. And I hope you guys have a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful day. Peace!